Alright, what is up, y'all? Today we're here with the PCP Pokemon Community Players Week 9 recap. I am joined with Chris Doomshroom.
Hi, everybody!
And, yeah, I think we'll kind of keep it kind of like last week. We'll speed it up a little bit. You know, there's only two of us, so we'll just jump right in. First game is going to be me versus Tim. You probably already saw it, but we'll shed some light on some things we didn't get to speak about, you know?
You've always just got to make yourself first, don't you?
My fucking channel.
You know what? Fair.
Yeah, I mean...
Selfish prick.
So yeah, Tapu Lele comes in, we'll stick it on normal. I kind of wanted to see if he was scarfed or not, so I just U-turn out. And then I immediately regret my decision, because he sets up a sub. See the lefties.
Yay!
And I had actually told you, Chris, that I took off Sigalith because I didn't think he was going to bring Calm Mind, or I brought Sigalith initially, just in case for Calm Mind sub Lele. I took it off because I was like, he's not fucking bringing it.
Yeah.
But he brought it. And I can't bring his sub like I thought I would because he has defensive investment.
And then he made the wrong play and didn't sub there. Like,
yeah, luckily for me. And he could have subbed
like,
here too. Really.
I don't understand like why you didn't sub. You saw, even if he swaps out, you saw he wasn't breaking his sub in one shot.
Mm-hmm.
You then have a sub, so if he brings in, like, Beedrill, you're still okay.
Right. And then I didn't want him... Scizor was a bit of a problem for my team, and I didn't want to give him the free switch, so I had like a 85% chance to kill with U-turn, and I was just like, please, fucking God, just let this work. I can't lose to Lele. And I bring out Victini again, trying to bait in the Garchomp, but he's not having it. He remembers what happened last time. Not a fucking fan.
Oh, he's getting smarter.
Right. Offensive Suicune does come, though, with Hydro Pump, so that's cool.
And then into Scizor for the Toxic.
Yep,
Plays.
dodges the Toxic, looks like a G, and takes the Ruggy Helmet damage. And really, that's all I need. At this point, if I can get one Helmet turn, Hitmontop has done his fucking job. And I cannot believe it did this much to Arcanine through the Intimidate. He must have been, like, what is it, Hasty that's minus defense, plus speed?
Yeah.
Must have
And
been.
then look at that. Just that is atrocious. Rocky Helmet damage, recoil damage, Life Orb damage.
For real.
And just, he needed 1% more of HP and it would have made a massive difference on the Dugtrio.
Right, yeah, I would have had to Earthquake. I keep it around for differential. I really don't have any switch-ins to Scizor at this point, so I'm like, fuck it, we'll go to Akame and I'll Swords Dance to see what his reaction is. He knocks off.
This is where I cried.
Every time.
I'm like, you know he had a Katana. Run HP Technician boosted fire.
Right, I don't know, I didn't think he'd have it, but if he did and he revealed it there, I would have been up the fuck set.
Yeah, and at least you got your speed boosting Katana, so that's cool.
Right, it was about damn time, you know, can't believe it didn't work versus Tabi.
And then this is where Tim starts making mistakes. He just keeps swapping in and out Pukamuku for no apparent reason. Like, Pukamuku in after the switch, and then you accidentally go Sizzle, fine. So he swaps it in.
And you get rocks damage, and you get rocks damage, and you get rocks damage.
100%. So not having Arcanine live with 1 extra % of health means rocks were up. But then he does the same shit with Garchomp. Just swap Pukamuku in and sack it with Odds out.
Right.
You don't have to bait him. He's got Swords Dance. He's not going to Swords Dance for the next 30 turns.
But unfortunately, I live on 2, and yeah. Even though I die, I guess it still counts as a sweep, you know?
Yeah, it's a sweep.
Count it in the books. It was a pretty good game, though. Those first, like, 5 or 6 turns, I was, like, on the edge of my seat, cussing, making up fucking stringing together cuss words that don't even go together.
Now, from watching it, the way he used Garchomp, I was just praying Scarf Chomp, Scarf Chomp, Scarf Chomp, because if he had Scarf Chomp, he may have won that.
Yeah, when you keep it in the back like that, one kind of just assumes Scarf Chomp, but it is his only rocker, so I don't know.
So, yeah, we'll see. Anyways, unlucky Tim.
On to your game, which is...
Yay!
Fucking Kyurem is just so much bigger than all the rest of his Pokemon, Jesus Christ. But he has had a habit of leading his shell-smashing Caracosta, so I'm assuming you just led, Thunderous, just to protect
100%.
that kind of... Yeah.
I knew that. I could Volt Switch out, and I probably will activate the weakness policy. However, he doesn't have it this week.
And don't even take it down to his 30. Like, that man has investment.
And as soon as I saw that, I went, uh-oh, Yavi's actually put in some effort. Maybe my 2 Focus Sash Mons with 0 hazard removal support may not work this week.
Start doubting yourself and shit.
Now, that was a bit of a misplay. I should have Stealth Rocked, then Yawned. But anyway.
It all works out.
Well, no, because then I would have had Kyron Black damage, which... It's important after this play because Close Combat doesn't kill Kyron Black at full health, but after Rock's damage it did with Infernape. So I had to bring in Ditto to Outrage, which I thought he would have predicted, but he didn't.
Yep.
So, and then Tapu Koko comes in and goes first. Now I'm Scarf, so then I go, ooh, Scarf Koko.
Hell yeah. I didn't even realize that at the time in the battle.
So that just, lets me do my Metagross thing.
So,
He sacks off Caracosta.
Yep. I remember in this part of the game, I was like, why didn't he U-turn out? What the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah, he was Scarf.
Yep.
And then this is where Yavi has a cry, but I don't think it's that huge a deal. So he misses a Super Fang, so what they would have done is would have put Metagross into Thunderbolt KO range from Coco. But then I have Thunderous with Bolt Absorb, so I would have just played around it. I reckon I would want it. He had no speed investment in that Charizard because I had no speed investment in my Metagross.
So he literally went the exact opposite of his usual playstyle. Usually it's all speed, all attack.
Well, he was going to Dragon Dance there, and he didn't Mega Evolve because he predicted the Earthquake, but yeah, I don't know what he was doing. So I was just able to get a bit of a sweep with Metagross, which actually gives it a respectable differential for the season.
Right? It's almost like he just made up for this entire season of sacking it just in one fucking game.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think I don't know, he always does that with his Charizard. He always, I guess, expects the Earthquake or something, it doesn't evolve, and then he just dies because regular Charizard doesn't have X bulk. So, oh well. He'll figure it out by next season. Then, third, we have... No, wait, we'll save that one for last. Third, we have Andrew versus Dye. So...
Let's see if Andrew keeps his losing streak going.
Right, exactly. You see the P2, I mean the PZ, it's going to be scary. You see Cress is scary for any team, but Andrew has a lot of like threats and good stuff to counter those Mons, so one would think he has a chance, right? But we'll see.
Well, the thing is, you just look at that team and you go, it screams Trick Room, except he didn't bring Reuniclus to set up Trick Room.
Or Porygon 2.
Yeah.
Who needs bulk?
Who needs Ambipom? Has it even gotten a kill yet this year?
I don't believe so. But it also has like -7 defense, so I think a Horn Leech probably would have killed it and saved you a lot of HP. But that's what people with Tapu Bulu do. You just click Wood Hammer and hope for the best.
And go for the kill.
Yeah.
And then Dye brings in his Sweeping Con in way too early.
Turn 3.
Like, what's going on there, mate? And then it's still Ghost. Like, does he not... Like, I suppose Ghost gets a stab on Marowak, but you shouldn't really need it. Like, he's got a Mega Gyarados, for God's sake.
Yeah, I think it was definitely the week for Electric. Or anything other than Ghost, really, but... I don't know, I guess... Whatever. If you're just gonna sack it anyways, it might as well just be Ghost. The Protect actually kind of comes in handy, though. It lets him 1v1 the Ambipom and the PZ.
Yeah, well, he just stalls out the PZ. It's smart plays.
Die in the chat. It's like, wow, like he just realized turn 7 I choked away this thing.
Well, this is when Dye's like, oh, I was like, afterwards in the group chat, he's like, oh, I psyched him out. I made him think I lost my win con, haha. And it's like, no, you didn't. You thought you screwed up.
Can't fool me.
Yeah.
But then the monster comes in, the thing that probably 2-hit KOs or Ohokos his entire team, which he has, without P2 or Reuniclus, he has no special Altaria switch-ins whatsoever.
That's right.
Unfortunately.
And it just, unfortunately, but this is when you start to go, okay, what's Andrew going to do to screw this all up?
Go for a double protect?
He goes for the double protect. Like, I know he was in a little bit of a bad spot. He's stolen out his own grassy terrain. but then watch. So he swaps in Gyarados. He Dragon Dances up, which is fine.
Kind of eats a Hyper Voice. Everything might be okay.
Yeah.
Waterfall.
Waterfalls.
Flinch. Everything is probably going to be okay. But...
Little
Nope.
thing. So, nope.
No, get out of there. I don't like this anymore.
Didn't do enough damage.
What if he
So
has
then I'm
HP
gonna swap
electric?
He's going to swap in Fortress to take a Hyper Voice, which you then know he has a Flamethrower, so then he's got to
Yep.
swap back out to Quagsire. So then Quagsire's got to take damage,
Boom.
and risk a burn. So then Quagsire's just chilling here now, gets monstered by a Hyper Voice,
Yeah, he
but
does
he gets
not
the
like that
Toxic.
hyper voice at all.
But oh no, what should I do?
Better just recover up just in case.
Yeah.
He has the heal bell, of course. That's kind of the standard on the special set. But Andrew didn't
So
give a
then,
fuck.
No, like, not even mix Quagsire with Ice Beam or anything, he's just literally sitting there recovering.
Yep.
Oh no, I'll swap it out now into Hariyama.
On the roost. Which at least he's racking up
So-
toxic damage, kind of. With the fake
Yeah,
out
like
and
Fake
everything,
Out
but-
gets a little bit of toxic damage, but then unless you've got Ice Punch on this Hariyama,
Yep, I think...
which if I was Dye, I'd just start breaking anyway, which he doesn't. Like, I just don't understand. But he doubles out into Fortress.
I don't... I just don't get it. And that just gives it a
No.
free calm mind. And he goes for Stealth Rock on a Crest, which you can't do that stuff. You can't just give Crest free turns. That's how you lose games.
Yeah, basically, he's just let it set up twice. But that Forest just play made no sense. If he Hyper Voices, he can then kill you next turn. If he Heal Bells, then he does it. And if he swaps out where you don't have the momentum, it just...
He just
It
really
makes
wanted rocks.
Hmm. And then he... Decent bulk from Crest there.
And he definitely should have just sacked Marowak at this point. It's not doing anything fucking...
No, he wasted Quagsire.
Yeah,
again.
he could have lived one and recovered up and pretty much stalled out the Crest with Quagsire because of Unaware, but
And
it's
Toxic, yeah.
not how it... Yeah.
And then he saw it wasn't leftovers, so he should have realised it was Culver.
Yep. Colbur, maybe Resto Chesto, but definitely I think Colbur was to be assumed there. It came in pretty clutch though. And this was
Well, it
just the
worked for-
saddest thing where he just fakes him out and he's just trying to... He's almost dead and it's just nope. Right back to
Nah.
full. Knockoff does 19. At this point, it's just... It's going downhill.
It's over.
Space Duck is fucking this dude's team right up. Liv's a
Still not-
psychic though.
Yeah, it's still not doing half.
And
that's-
yeah.
Yeah, he just plays. So no more Maldo, and like, no Darmanitan, really.
Yeah, they didn't even have to come. He actually had a really cool Darmanitan set. I believe it was Expert Belt with like Grass Knot for Quag, which that's pretty fucking cool. That's the kind of shit I
That
like
would
to
have
see.
been cool.
But no. And then Fortress
But,
also could have lived a hit, and if it had Toxic or something, it could have done... I don't know, but
So-
yeah.
What? So obviously he's got Rocks, Volt Switch,
Spikes, and...
Toxic Spikes, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, Rapid Spin, probably.
Right, yeah, that's what Fortress does.
So yeah, so that was just a big old mess.
Yep, that
Well
was
done to Die.
very well done. Then we got, last but not least, definitely, Ju versus Dan. So, little backstory. It's late at night. Ju has work and school and stuff, so he pretty much hits up Dan. It's like 10 or 11, and Dan didn't respond, and we're all sitting outside. He's like, alright, I'll give him like 10 minutes, and if he didn't respond, then I'm just going to bed. And like 9.5 minutes later, Dan hits him up. And they're going to battle and stuff, but Nathan lets him know that, he's like, gotta go to bed soon and shit. So he's like, alright, well, I'll just bring an offensive team, and we'll speed it up. I was like, okay. So then, Team Preview comes along, and Nathan has a pretty good chance to win. He has counters for everything, except Chansey, which does not come.
Yeah,
So-
so he's okay.
He's okay. And he actually doesn't lead off with Aggron, which is fucking unheard of, and just 2-hit KOs this Lucario right off the back. Starts off terrible for Dan. Fucking terrible.
Yeah, why would you boost up? You'd expect a Volt Switch, but still, like, very, very risky play boosting up when he could have a Scarp Entei.
Definitely. And he, I think he probably just expected, like, specially defensive Zapdos like Nathan's brought a couple times, but I don't know. But Nathan actually has the perfect counter for this Lottie, which is a big ol' bulky max attack muck.
with Pursuit. That was
pursues
just
the shit
blew
out of
my
him.
mind. I was so happy when I saw that.
Right. And I believe he was also Shookaberry, just in case it was like a Dragon Dance kind of Latios or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, so he could have lived that Earthquake. He protects just in case. He doesn't get the Justified. Doesn't matter. Goes for the Protect on the Z move.
Predictions.
And only takes 17% from a all-out pummeling from a fucking Lucario, which is just bonkers.
But then he poison jabs. Like,
I think he felt
Protect-
bad for, protecting on the Z move, so he just gave him that turn back, basically.
I know knockoff wouldn't have killed, but it would have been more damage.
Definitely. But luckily, he has the counter. Vacuum Wave does minimal at most. And he gets some more momentum. It's 5-4, Nathan's in the lead versus Dan's offense. Offense plus Avalanche, yeah. Offense in a table.
So he doubles out with Turtonator, which is interesting.
Nathan cannot be forced to switch. He just does not give a shit. I was like, oh, you got a fire type that can probably kill me in one hit? Nah, I need rocks.
100%.
And then good old red card, of course, but actually squeaks him out. What the fuck is that? It pulls him out into Entei, which you would think would be the counter, but even a crit does not kill him, so it leads you to believe he is bulky Mimikyu once again.
Oh, can you replay that? That just gets me every time. I gotta go fast. No, you were there. Just wait. Alright.
We'll see it again. I don't care. Crits the disguise, too. That was very important. That was a very hacksy game.
Oh, there were so many crits. It was ridiculous. So he gets to Shadow Claw.
2-hit KO.
He sees it's a 2-hit KO. He Fire Blasts.
No burn.
And then he goes, nah, gotta go fast.
I need speed.
He just does that all the time.
He
Does nothing, but I'm going down on my terms.
And then here we have another, I want to say questionable, but it all kind of works out in the end. So he has the Fire Punch tech for this thing. He is in range to kill it. It did 24, he's at 22, but Nathan really wants them rocks up. He does have an Aerodactyl as well as a Turtonator, so I guess I can understand the reasoning, but...
Yeah, but you get rid of his one wall and then you got it.
Right. But
like if Avalanche's pack an Ice Shard for Zygarde, that still does damage.
It actually doesn't get Ice Shard. I learned that when I battled Dan. But yeah, still, Avalanche is gonna destroy that thing. Even Ice Beam would probably destroy that thing.
Yeah. Oh, Avalanche 100%. It has the bulk to live 1 or 2 Dragon Dances.
Yeah, exactly. And since he goes down to the Rocky Helmet, like 17 Fire Punches later, he can't get the spin off and he keeps the rocks up. He's able to go into Zapdos. Dan hates investing, especially in his Avalugg, so he's forced to sack. But he does get to switch into his Rock type, which is good for him.
Yay!
Nathan gets the fuck out of there. He's not about it. Goes into the good old Dolphin Clam, the wall itself.
And then now he can see its Life Orb, which would be a lot safer and happier for him.
Right. So he's whittling himself down. He's getting whittled down. He has Moonblast, which Surf would have been handy, but then again, usually on Tapu Fini sets, you only have room for one or the other.
Yeah, Moonblast did the job.
Mm-hmm. He gets the flinch.
He gets the flinch. What was he going to use? Recover?
Right. What do you see, Haze, bro? But, yeah, so he taunts the shit out of that thing. Can't Shell Smash. And at this point, it's pretty much over. It's just a matter of differential. But
yeah,
he still got to use his White Herb, so that's cool.
Yay!
Flamethrower does
damage.
11. And Moonblast is going to pick up the KO on Bowser. Look back at it.
And then this next play is just insult to injury.
Comes in on rocks. 53%. Moonblast crit. And...
just one more crit to top the entire match off. Like, there wasn't enough hacks.
Right? Fucking... That's like... It's... Karma was like, you know what, Dan? You're not going to keep Nathan up this late. We're going to fucking hacks the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Got him.
Got him! So if we go over and have a look at the differential board...
We'll do the
kill leaders.
Yeah, the kill leaders first.
Fine.
We'll just go in order. Fuck it. At number 1, no surprise, somehow we got Kartana, who did get the timid sweep and is at 18 and fucking 4, which...
So basically, if you get one more kill next week, it's the kill leader for the league.
Yeah, exactly.
And Yavi would have to 6-0 with the Kyron Black, which I wouldn't put it past Yavi to just keep clicking Outrage and win, but I doubt it.
He does love clicking Outrage. Speaking of Outrage, he has outraged his way to number 2 on the kill leader list at 12 and 7, which is respectable for a Kyron Black on his Dragon Spam team. And even though it's died a lot, it's just outraging and fucking its way through everybody's team.
It's like getting close to 2 kills a week.
Right? The only thing everyone's team has in common is no one has a switch in for banded Kyron Black outrage.
Except all the Tapus.
Except all the Tapus, but they're not trying to take Iron Heads or Ice Beams or Fusion Bolts.
No, this is the thing, he usually kills something.
Yeah, it's killing something. And then, even though it didn't get any kills this week, Zygarde is still in 3rd at 11 and 4. Congratulations, Nathan. It's holding out, man. It is fucking holding out.
He's done well.
Then at number 4, a new face to the kill leaders list, I believe. We got you with Mega Metagross. And
11 and 6.
11 and 6, yes. Yeah.
Yay! Metagross went from abysmal, what the hell you doing, to respectable kill count.
Woo! Proud
All
of
in
you.
one match. Thanks, Yavi.
All it takes is one good, solid, like 5 or 6 Pokemon sweep, and you're back to number 4 like nothing even happened. Fuck it.
I was always there, what are you talking about?
I don't know. And then at number 5, we have Tim and the Dallas Minetrix with Tapu Lele at 9 and 6. Still on the top 5 leaderboard, where I think it belongs. It's Tapu Lele. I expected this thing to just destroy all of us all season. So at very minimum, it should, be on the top 5. Makes sense. That about does that. We'll jump into the standings. For the red division, you have Chris at 6 and 3 plus 11. He's confirmed his bye week into the playoffs, and yeah, fucking kicking ass,
Yeah. Now I have to verse Andrew. That's the only person I lost. I'm the last person Andrew beat.
I actually forgot about that. He did totally beat you. That's... Huh.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I got the bye, but he actually has a shot, because if you look at the standings, if he wins and Yavi loses, he could make finals.
Mm-hmm. And you could fight him a 3rd time.
How bad would that be? I lose to him this round, get the bye, he manages to beat Die, and then Die again.
Uh-huh.
And then I verse him, and then I lose, and he ends up in finals on a 3 and 7.
Crazier things have happened this season, so I wouldn't doubt it. Holy shit.
Yeah. But Die's safe in 2nd place. The Middletown Mantines, the 4 and 5 minus 3 is not going to get usurped, even if he gets 6-0'd. He may get passed by Yavi, but look, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, either way, he's made playoffs. He's
made playoffs, but
he's off the chopping block.
He's pretty safe in 2nd spot, I reckon.
Mm-hmm. And number 3, of course, we have Hobby at 3 and 6 minus 12. And again, as Chris was saying, week 10 is going to be clutch between them two, between y'all two, between their respective games. So
all 3 of them, yeah.
It's
important.
They're all very close, so we'll see. And at number 4, we got Andrew and the Francisco Noctiles. Still not out of the race though, but
he's praying hard.
Very much in the race for the Sacco as well. So it could go. He could make it to finals, or he could have a ball sack on his wall. We don't know. It could be one or the other. Who knows?
This basically boils down to: am I going to be nice and give him an easy team to verse me with, or am I just going to be a prick and put Explode on 5 of my 6 Pokemon and then win with the last one?
If you Explode on him and he makes the playoffs and then he beats you next time to go to the finals, like I don't even have words to make.
That's stuff you regret for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're not sleeping for any time soon. But then we have the blue division. You got me at 8 and 1. That one is just pissing me off. I don't like that. But, yeah, 8-1 plus 26, not too bad. At second place, we got Arlington Agrons at 5-4. Proud of my boy Nathan at second place in the division, plus 2, you know. Zygarde just, once again, just put the team on its little coiled back and just carried him all the way to playoffs. Mug did some good stuff too, though.
I'm just loving the differential distribution. It's 3 people in positive out of this 8, which could very likely turn to only 2 people in positive, depending on how the Agrons and the Mantines go.
That's true. That's kind of weird how that worked out. Huh.
Well, when you got a team like Dan's who was just stolen everyone, so you had to whittle away.
And then decided he wants to start playing for real halfway through the season. But I guess we'll see if it was too late or not. We got one more in a tense ass week. And then,
it's coming. Blue Division's going to be a rough ass week to see who makes finals and who doesn't.
Right. It's kind of the same situation. It's crazy how we started on opposite ends of the spectrum, but now it's all basically like it's kind of the same situation for both of us.
Yeah, pretty much.
And at number 3, you have Tim at 4-5 - 4. Dallas Manetrix, still very much in the race for the playoffs as well as the race for the Sacco. So again, it's kind of the same situation for him and the other like 5 people. So he really needs a big win on this last match, and he's barely by 2 differential points ahead of Dan. And Dan is in the exact same boat. Needs a big win for this last one, and I believe they play each other week 10.
Yes.
So
basically, they control the fate of who makes Sacco, who doesn't.
Yep. One of these 2 teams is gonna have a 50% chance to have a bronze ball sack above their face on their wall. So we'll see. You know, it's a beautiful thing, really. I'm excited to see who's gonna end up in this race.
So then you versus Nathan. So basically, if, say, Tim wins really big or Nathan loses really badly, he can go back down to 3rd place.
That's true. He definitely can.
But basically, Nathan is playing either Dan or Tim next week.
Mm-hmm. I was actually talking to Nathan the other day. He hasn't beaten Tim yet, and he's beaten Dan twice. So he really wants another chance to play against Tim and kind of redeem himself. So maybe it'll work out in the end, you know, and we'll just have a good old-fashioned Mexican shootout.
Maybe. Whereas, with mine, if Nathan, I get all the names mixed up. Andrew loses, then Dye's got to verse Yavi again. So no matter what the result of this week's match is, then they got to back up and do it again.
Yeah. That's the only bad thing about the division thing is you do end up playing like one team like 4 times sometimes. But
well, that's why I usually do cross-division playoffs, but that's just me.
I think I did like the cross-division. I think that's what we did in the off-season PU league, but since we all had already battled each other, I was like, fuck it, we'll just, I don't know, things to keep in mind for next season.
It works, yeah. Rather than call them divisions, I just call them pools, and then, anyway.
True. But with what were you about to say?
I was going to say we don't really need to do the schedule now, we just sort of ran through it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there you go. We'll keep it on the screen just for visuals. But yeah, I think that's going to just about do it. Thank you, Chris, for coming on. We will see you guys next time, I believe.
Thanks for having me. Bye forever.
God damn it.